other than boxing, there's a lot of egos involved, if that makes sense. Like he said this, he said that, and I want this, I want that. And when things like that happen, it's difficult to make that.
His feet move. Because Alexander's got a sense of moving, right?
Yeah.
And then suddenly, he'll move this way, and then suddenly, by the time you adjust your feet, he hits you. By the time you move this...
It's like fucking that end of the scale and this end of the scale. Not sure how that works, but...
Tyson Fury isn't one to mince words. And when he laughed off Fabio Wardley's rumored fight with Oleksandr Usyk during a live interview, the boxing world listened. Fury's reaction wasn't about disrespect, it was about reality. There are no cowards in boxing, he said. But courage...
There is no cowards in boxing. When you're in that ring fighting world heavyweight champions, there is no cowards.
Courage alone won't save you against Usyk. Those words carried weight, especially coming from a man who's shared the top of the heavyweight mountain. Fury made it clear that stepping into the ring with Oleksandr Usyk isn't an act of bravery. It's a high-stakes gamble that could ruin Wardley's promising career.
Done him. Completely ended his career. I don't know, everyone's got their own reasons and everyone's entitled to do what...
He's seen too many talented fighters destroyed by chasing glory too soon. Against Usyk, this isn't a step up. It's a free fall. Fabio Wardley might sound confident, but as Fury reminded fans, confidence means little when class and experience sit.
It's a hard one to play out. You don't know whatever he's going to do, how he's going to turn up, but he's a great boxer. But if anything, I've proved that Justice Uni, great boxer, Joseph Parker, great boxer, very experienced as well. But in a sum of it, I find a way to win. Like if you're beating me to the punch or whatever else, then I'm going to put my punches to
get across the ring. Usyk is not Joseph Parker. The Ukrainian maestro doesn't brawl. He calculates. The punches Wardley plans to throw will meet only air. Fury knows that once a fighter underestimates Usyk's movement...
There with Usyk, yeah, Usyk's a tricky operator, ton of experience. You're looking at a kid who's had no...
The fight is already over. Confidence can't rewrite class, Fury emphasized. And it's hard to argue. When Fury calls someone special, he means it. He's fought and sparred with some of the best, and he recognizes greatness when he sees it.
Do you think he can go and beat Oleksandr Usyk, but do you think he has the skill?
Is there only one way to find out then?
Yeah.
To fight?
Yeah. Do you think he can? Many people have tried to
I'm not sure. If that fight's to be made, then we'll see how it'll go. But I do feel like I was leading the fight. And he, like Andy said, you know, he's got that equalizer.
That's why his warning to Wardley feels so sharp. Usyk isn't just skilled. He's a problem that can't be solved by pressure or power alone. Fury understands that Usyk's style exposes fighters who rely on grit instead of strategy. As Joseph Parker...
Wardley Usyk. You couldn't rule that man out, to be honest. He's that fit, that tough, punches that hard, and he has the one-two punch. But you just couldn't rule him out. But could I see him beating Usyk? Not really. Wouldn't see him getting anywhere.
Once said, "There are no equalizers against Usyk. You can't punch through timing or experience. Wardley's power might hurt ordinary fighters, but Usyk doesn't live in that world. His fights are chess matches played at lightning speed, and he's always a few moves ahead."
Would he have a chance against Usyk? He's got a chance against anyone with that power. Is it likely? Of course not. Oleksandr Usyk is a master.
Dave Allen echoed Fury's sentiment, pointing out that effort and toughness aren't enough against a technician like Usyk. Wardley's heart will carry him only until precision breaks him down, Allen said. That's where Usyk separates real contenders from dreamers.
He was just better than me.
Was he incredible?
Unbelievable. Like, I can't give him high enough praise. I've never faced any... Of what my greatest asset to me boxing brain and the fact that I can adapt and adjust. I'm not aesthetically great to look at. I'm not the quickest, I'm not the strongest, but I've got a really...
Every expert opinion since Fury's interview has only made his words sound truer. Adam Smith called Usyk a wizard, and few would argue. His control of distance, timing, and tempo is unmatched. He reads opponents before they react. When facing someone like that, Wardley's power becomes meaningless because the target never stays still long enough. Fury was right to warn against rushing into
Be up there, innit? Got to be up there. Can you imagine he lands a right hand on Usyk? The thing is, you can't doubt the guy now. Like, it's one of this, you can't doubt him. He seems to consistently pull off the upsets. And when you consistently do that, you become a champion.
Fights that defy logic. Tony Bellew knows exactly what Fury means. He shared the ring with Usyk and felt the Ukrainian's brilliance firsthand. He doesn't just beat you, he outthinks you, Bellew admitted. You can't adapt fast enough. Bellew's words cut deep because they come from experience. Wardley might have power, but he's walking into a mental storm. Fury saw it long before anyone else. That's why he laughed.
A guy with a faster pace, with more movement and things like that, it's kind of harder than fighting those guys that you've been fighting, you know, in the past. And then Usyk, he's tremendously talented.
Yeah.
You know, so he gonna feint you, he gonna move, he gonna slip, he gonna counter you, and he gonna tie you up, things like that. So,
not out of arrogance, but because he recognized the trap. Hamza Shiraz, ever optimistic, believes Wardley could land something big. But as Fury warned, landing clean on Usyk is nearly impossible. He never stands still long enough, Fury said. You can't surprise someone who's already 2 steps ahead. Wardley may believe in miracles, but Usyk doesn't allow them inside the ring. Every up...
Wardley? I think too fast.
Too fast. Usyk too fast. Usyk fucking wins it. But you know what?
Set has its limit, and the gap here is enormous. Even Terence Crawford broke down why Fury's warning makes sense. Usyk doesn't fight with power, Crawford explained. He fights with rhythm and motion. His angles are endless. His reads are instant. Fighters who rely on pressure lose their balance before they can even plant their feet. Wardley has never faced someone who fights with such intelligence and patience.
Everybody gets it wrong. You don't box this guy. It's like, how can I explain it to you in a way you understand? You can't box him.
He's just too good.
He's just unbelievable great. Yeah, forget good, he's amazing. Yeah, he's great, he's amazing. He's like the white Muhammad Ali. He might not talk like Muhammad Ali, but he is the Muhammad Ali of the life.
Usyk turns pressure into panic and makes strong men look confused. Fury knew that dynamic well before the matchup even became serious talk. Agit Kabayel summed it up simply. Usyk's too fast and too smart for Wardley. Fury understood that before anyone else. Every opponent who underestimates Usyk ends up swinging at shadows. He drains fighters mentally until they lose belief in their own power. Kabayel
versus Wardley. Who wins? Because you can't write Wardley off now.
Of course, Fabio. Fabio's my guy, so I never bat against him for no one.
Sees it, and so does every fighter who's studied true elite movement. Derek Chisora, one of the few heavyweights to share the ring with Usyk, described him as a white Muhammad Ali. It might sound extreme, but Chisora's praise comes from first-hand experience. You can't solve him, he said. He's too clever. Tyson Fury has recognized that same truth. There are fighters who punch hard, and then there are fighters who make you question everything you thought you knew about boxing. Wardley's raw power won't break through that level of skill. Dillian Whyte's loyalty to Wardley is understandable. He's been in the gym with him, seen his grind, and respects his curve.
If I was managing Fabio, no, because there's levels to the game and he's not there with Usyk yet. Usyk's a tricky operator, ton of experience. You're looking at a kid who's had no amateur fights, had about 8 white-collar fights, and you can't make the transition from that to that. But don't get me wrong, if he hit Usyk, he'll tip Usyk upside down. But what I would do is just get him another 4 or 5 wins, let him fight good men, and let him go when he's ready,
But emotion can't change logic. Fury's words hang heavy because they come from wisdom. Usyk is not the kind of opponent who offers second chances. He doesn't let you find rhythm. He takes it away before you even realize it's gone. Wardley's momentum is real, but momentum disappears when brilliance stands in front of you. Even White's heartfelt support carries hesitation. Deep down, he knows this isn't a fair contest of equals. John Fury, never one to sugarcoat, reinforced the point. There are levels in boxing that can't be skipped, no matter how brave you are. Usyk represents one of those levels, one that demands total mastery in footwork, timing, and IQ. Wardley might have heart and hunger, but that doesn't equal experience. Usyk doesn't fight with emotion.
It's a hard one to play out. You don't know whatever he's going to do, how he's going to turn up, but he's a great boxer. But if anything, I've proved that Justice Uni, great boxer, Joseph Parker, great boxer, very experienced as well. But in a sum of it, I find a way to win. Like if you're beating me to the punch or whatever else, then I'm going to put my punches together. Or if
Every jab has purpose, every feint a plan, every pivot a setup. His rhythm breaks opponents before the damage does. Wardley's story, the fast rise, the grit, the hunger, is admirable. But fighting Usyk now isn't a challenge, it's a lesson. Experience builds champions, and Wardley is still learning what championship maturity truly means. Confidence can be a fighter's best weapon, or his biggest weakness. Wardley believes he can find a way to win, but believing your past tricks will work on a man like Usyk is the first mistake. Usyk controls not just the ring, but time itself. Against Parker, Wardley faced experience. Against Usyk, he'd face genius.
Fabio, we're not going to write him off. Listen, he deserves to be there. He's beat all comers in front of him, and we just all got to get behind him and try and see if he can beat the myth, the legend in Usyk.
The Ukrainian southpaw reads opponents like open books. He adjusts mid-punch, anticipates reactions, and capitalizes before you even know you've made an error. Wardley can talk about heart and knockout power all he wants. But Usyk dismantles those attributes with angles, footwork, and intelligence. That's why even champions hesitate before calling his name. Wardley will understand that the moment the first bell rings. Dean White, one of Wardley's biggest supporters, admits the mountain ahead is steep. Usyk isn't just a fighter, he said. He's an era-defining craftsman. His precision, his control, his mental sharpness, they make even elite opponents second-guess themselves. Wardley has earned respect for climbing quickly, but the higher you climb, the thinner the air gets. Facing Usyk means entering a realm where strength means little. It becomes a contest of composure and adaptability, the exact areas where Usyk excels. Dean's faith in Wardley is admirable, but belief can't rewrite physics. Wardley will have the crowd, but Usyk will have control. There's a fine line between ambition and illusion, and this matchup tests where that line lies. When talk turns to greatness, Oleksandr Usyk's name stands alone. His composure, timing, and control make him a once-in-a-generation talent. Fabio Wardley's rise deserves respect, but hunger doesn't close the gap between experience and genius. Usyk transforms every round into a masterclass in ringcraft, breaking rhythm, switching stance, dictating pace as if he manipulates time itself. Wardley's power is real, but power means little when the target vanishes before you swing. This potential fight isn't about who's braver. It's about who understands boxing's science at the highest level. Usyk is not just a boxer. He's a tactician who weaponizes geometry, rhythm, and space. Wardley's fans will dream of an upset, but skill rarely loses to fantasy. Tyson Fury's laughter wasn't mockery. It was a veteran recognizing danger that others refuse to see. He's been in those deep waters, and he knows how easily confidence can drown there. When wisdom meets willpower, there's always one question: who walks out victorious? And as Fury, Crawford, Bellew, and Chisora all imply, when it comes to Oleksandr Usyk, brilliance always survives.